Hey y'all, Robby Royal with the Rescue Smokers, and I'm here today to cook you a bacon wrapped Cajun pork tenderloin. And with me today, I've got Bob Harvey of Big Daddy's Barbecue Pit. It's going to be hanging out, and we're going to be having some fun. So what we've got to start with is 2 1.25 pound pork tenderloins. They come 2 to the pack, so this is about a 2.5 pound pack. And what we're going to do is I've already got them trimmed up. I've taken the silver skin off the bottom, so it's just nothing but lean pork tender meat. So the first thing we're going to do is inject with your favorite hot sauce. Mine is Texas Pete. So we're going to inject these pork tenderloins. We've got your standard little 10cc syringe, 10 ml syringe that comes with a lot of your Cajun injections out there. And we're going to take that and we're simply going to go in at about a 45-degree angle and inject this pork tenderloin. Each tenderloin is going to take about a full syringe full, maybe not quite, but you see I'm just injecting and coming back. Let me fill that back up again and go in the second one. Slight injection. About every 2 inches I'm going in at that angle. The reason I go in at that angle and pulling back is so that I don't get the streaks from the injection in the meat. By doing this and going at that angle, it spreads it out. And I'm going to show you another way that we're going to spread it out. So we got just a little bit left. We're just going to put it on top. And the way we spread those injections out is we just take our hands, spread that out. We're not going to use a binder. This hot sauce is the binder. And just rub them a little bit. And what that does, that spreads that injection of our hot sauce throughout the meat, and it won't leave those streaks in the end. And now we'll wash up and we're going to put our rub on it. So now that we've got our pork tenderloins rubbed down and injected with our hot sauce, Texas Pete for me, now I'm going to get them rubbed. To start with, I've got an all-purpose here rub from Heath Ryle Seasonings. I utilize a lot of Heath Ryle's products, so we're going to go with a very light coat of the all-purpose on top. Good smooth coat. Let's set it back to the side. Now we're going to go with some Butcher Barbecue Honey Rub, one of my favorite rubs in the world. And this is another very light coat on top. And we're just going to pat it in. Let's flip it over. Do the same thing to the bottom. Little Heath Ryle's all-purpose. And it's all-purpose. It's got salt, it's got pepper, it's got garlic, it's got a little bit of cumin. Just your basic salts, basic rubs that everybody uses on just about everything.
Good stuff.
I love it. And we're gonna go back with a very light coat of Butcher Honey on the bottom. Flip them back over after we pat it in. And one more real light coat of honey on the top. I've got the hot sauce that's going to give it a pop, that peppery, spicy flavor. And these rubs right here are just going to mild that down and make it a really great one bite. So we've got them injected with our hot sauce, rubbed down with our first 2 rubs that go under the bacon. And then we're going to wrap them in bacon, put our other 2 rubs on it, get them on the RecTech 275 degrees for about 45 minutes till they reach 140 degrees internal. Then we'll sauce them up and get them ready to eat. Right now we're going to wrap some bacon. You know, a lot of folks don't understand why you wrap product in bacon, but the reason I do it, especially on a pork tenderloin or a pork loin, is pork tenderloin doesn't have any fat in it. So what we're doing, we're just adding fat and flavor, bacon's flavor, and we're just going to continue to lattice it up and go down. You can do a lattice if you want to, but I just do a continuous run and wrap it around and around and around, just overlapping slightly each wrap. And this helps to add flavor, but more importantly, it helps hold moisture into this tenderloin.
One of the things you'll notice that Robby's using is with this bacon, he's not going with a super thick bacon. It's not going to render down if you use a super thick bacon. It's not going to render down. It's not going to get good and crispy like everybody likes. So he's using a thinner bacon.
That's exactly right. You know, you go with a thick applewood or something, but your bacon's not going to be done when your tenderloin's done. And now we've got the 2 pork tenderloins wrapped in bacon. Now we're going to give it a little brushing with some hot sauce and add the other 2 rubs to the bacon. I just like to take my hands, I always put my hot sauce in a bowl too so I don't contaminate my bottle, because that bottle of hot sauce will last me I don't know, a week maybe. Give it a good brush, and just instead of putting mustard, a lot of folks put mustard or spritz it with water. I like putting some hot sauce. Now we're going to go with some Heath Ryle sweet rub. And what I'm doing is I'm just trying to make a really good flavored product that's got some heat but got some sweet. So we're going to go with a nice generous coat of Heath Ryle sweet rub right here. It's got a beautiful mahogany color. It's got some peppers. It's got sugars in it, a little bit of salt, and it's just going to create for a beautiful color but beautiful flavor more than anything when it's over. So we do that first, and then we are cooking the Cajun pork tenderloin today. So we're going to come back with a little bit of Tony Chachere's, just a light dusting. I go through a ton of Tony Chachere's. This goes on my steaks and everything.
That's a must-have seasoning.
It is. Pat it in. Let's flip it over and do the back side.
Looking good.
Very nice. Light coat of the Heath Ryle sweet rub, and come back with a little bit of Tony Chachere's. Flip them back over, be sure we look good, because we may hit them a little bit more Heath Ryle's. Just a light little dusting to finish it up there.
The color on these will definitely be outstanding.
Yeah, it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be a really nice mahogany deep red, about like you see the rub there. So now that we've got them rubbed, we're going to let them sit here, let all that rub adhere, start to sweat in for just a few minutes. Probably about 5 to 7 minutes, then we're going to go on the rec tech at 275 degrees. Probably 45 minutes so they reach that 140 degrees internal.
Now, are you going to place these on a rack today, or are you just going to go right on the grate?
Yeah, I got a rack. If you'll grab it for me right over there, I'm going to go ahead and sit them on there. And that's what's going to go out. What that'll do is about halfway through the cook, we'll ease back out there, and we'll actually rotate them 180 degrees so that we get a good even cook. Just like that. And that's the way they're going to go outside. We're going to give them about 5 minutes. We'll be right back. All right, so now we've got the pork tenderloins wrapped in bacon, seasoned, and we're fixing to go on the rec tech, 275 degrees, probably for about 45 minutes. So the left side of the rec tech here is the cooler side, and we just want it to get a good smoke. We're cooking with a hardwood pellet today, and the goal is to get a good smoke on it. And we'll come out here in about 30 minutes, rotate it. That keeps a good even cook going on the entire product.
Looking good.
So our pork tenderloins right now on the rec tech, cooking at 275 degrees. They're at about 130 degrees internal, so we're only looking at about another 10 or 15 minutes. And so we're going to get our sauce and glaze ready. And this consists of, I already got it in the pot here warming. It consists basically of Heath Ryle's sweet sauce, 12 ounces, Heath Ryle's vinegar sauce, 6 ounces, and 4 ounces of Blues Hog. That's not just a normal sauce. It's what I really like, but a lot of folks can use those combos in different percentages. Some of the best rubs to use in competition barbecue, also amazing in the backyard.
Yep.
So what we're going to do, we've got this just about warm, blended together, not brought to a boil, but just warmed up. We're going to turn that off. And we're going to try to do this without making a mess. So we do have a funnel here. That way we don't burn ourselves. Normally I wouldn't do that, but I'm going to try not to make a mess. We're just going to pour it up. We're actually going to go out to the pit and glaze the bacon Cajun wrap tenderloins out there on the pit. As soon as they're ready. Good. About as full as you can get it.
Yep.
Try that right there, Bob. Just amazing flavor. Perfect for pork.
Ooh, yeah.
Any pork that you cook. Just about anything, chicken, whatever. It's a great combination of sauce that you'll see me utilize that exact combination on many, many videos to come. So but anyways, we got the sauce made up. We're going to go out there to the pit and see where we're at in about 10 minutes. So the bacon wrapped Cajun pork tenderloins have been cooking for 45 minutes now. We're fixing to lift the lids, see what we've got, see what they look like. Let's see where the temperature is. If they're at that 140, we're going to go ahead and glaze them and let that set till they hit 145 internal, pull them, and we're going to eat some wonderful pork loin.
Ooh-wee.
beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Gorgeous color. Let's see where we are. Dead on 140, 141. So they're ready to glaze, and they'll be ready in about 5 to 7 minutes. So we've got the sauce in our little sauce cup here, and we're just gonna glaze them right here on the pit. It's not my pit, so I don't have to clean it up.
That's mighty nice of you. Man, that looks good.
And just brush it in. Give it a nice little coat. Make sure we get everything coated. Bob's like me though in his pit. He keeps that aluminum foil there so that we can clean it up.
Easy cleanup, yep.
Easy cleanup. Glistening, beautiful mahogany red. Couldn't be any happier. Gorgeous color, perfect temp. We're gonna let that go for about 5 to 7 minutes. Come back, pull them off, cure them inside. Slice them and eat them, baby.
Yeah,
Rescue style. All right, so our bacon wrapped Cajun tenderloins have been on the pit for 45 minutes now. They were at 141 degrees just a few minutes ago, about 5 minutes ago when we glazed them. We're gonna open up, see what our finished product looks like. And you see they're absolutely gorgeous. Got that beautiful mahogany red. You can tell the bacon's already crisp up. And I didn't bring any gloves with me, so Bob's gonna grab these. We're gonna take them inside. We're gonna slice them and we're gonna eat them. But right now, just from the appearance, couldn't ask for any more. Absolutely gorgeous, baby. So here we are with the bacon wrapped Cajun pork tenderloins. They've been resting, came off the pit about 10 minutes ago. You always want to let your product, no matter what you're grilling or smoking, rest for about 7, 8, 10 minutes. Steak, pork, anything. It lets it draw that juice back in and just makes it that perfect tenderness and that perfect moisture. So what we're going to do, we're going to move this right here to the side. Got my paper towel. And we're fixing to cut in. I like to cut it maybe about a 15-degree angle. And the reason I like to do that, it just gives you a little bias so that when you're displaying them, like if you're displaying them, I like to cook these for Bulldog games, Georgia Bulldogs, 2-time national champion games, to lay them out on a cutting board. And so let's see what we got. Please be moist. Ooh, cutting tender.
Oh yeah.
Cut them about a 1/2 inch thick. Oh wow.
Oh.
Look at the color. Look at the moisture. Just dripping with juice. And cut a couple more slices so we can all get a taste. But about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch, whatever makes you happy. I like about a 1/2 inch, especially if they're good and moist. Just absolutely gorgeous. Fall apart tender. Great little bite of heat.
All right.
See what you think. Wow.
Oh man.
Just a nice little hint of the hot sauce, the Cajun, the sweet rub on top, and just great flavor all the way around.
Excellent. Bacon rendered down really nice. You pick up the hot sauce, but not a whole bunch of heat from it. Just a little bit of tang.
Not at all. I think they're absolutely perfect. I know Bill's holding the camera, so he'll get one in just a minute, but I couldn't ask for any more.
That is gorgeous.
Turned out perfect. It just falls apart. Just pulls right apart. Y'all, that's rescue style Cajun bacon wrapped pork tenderloin. Looking forward to sharing many, many more videos and recipes with you, but this is one of my favorite for the backyard. Football games, family get-togethers, New Year's Eve, wherever you want to go. An amazing recipe that takes about 1.5 hours from start to finish.
That's freaking good. That's real good. Oh man, is it good.